Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on where you're watching from. Welcome to our YouTube channel. It is another week for our weekly analysis. What do we do on our weekly analysis? We analyze the market. We talked about things that we expect to happen in the market in the previous week and what actually comes to fruition at the end of the week. Then we looked at the market for the possible level to be revisited in the coming week. We talked about what we expect in the market the coming week. But before we go ahead, we do our review as at what really transpired in the market the previous week. So today is 21st of July 2024, and the analysis we'll be having today will be for 22nd till 26th of July. That is the coming week. So before we dive into our prognostication, we have to mention what we think about the market the previous week and what actually comes to fruition. So as of last, we will be starting from our bellwether, which is the dollar index. So as of last week, on dollar index, I was interested in the market finding a kind of resistance around 104,500. The market finding a resistance, so I'm expecting the price to find a resistance around here, then give us 103,900 or a possible movement into 103,500. So when the market opens, the price visited 104,500 and found resistance around that area. Then it delivers 103,900, which is on Wednesday and on Thursday, before finding its way back on Friday. It's approaching 104,500 again. So now, what are we expecting the coming week? The moment our level of interest has been visited. So the coming week, I will be expecting the market to react to 104,500 again, between 104,500 and 105,000. I want to see what will happen between 104,500, 104,500 and 105,000, because I'm expecting the market to visit this fair value gap here. The CB we have here, we have a CB here, so I will be reacting based on that CB. So I'm expecting the level I'm expecting in the coming week is at worst 105,000. At worst, as in that will be my last form of defense, because if the market should take 105,000 and it happens to find a support around 105,000, then we are going back up. So if the market found resistance around 104,500 and 105,000, I'm still interested in 103,500 and 103,000. So the coming week, I'll be expecting 104,500 and 105,000 to act as a kind of resistance. But in a case whereby it acts as a support and the price finds its way up and it acts as a support, then I'll be going for 10500. 105,500. But I'm just expecting the market to just revisit. Okay, let me mark it out. I'm interested in that fair value gap there. I'm interested in this CB here. We have a CB here. That's our CB. So there is a CB there, because that is a kind of sell side imbalance. So the sell side imbalance needs a buy side movement. So because it's a sell side imbalance and it's only short of buy side inefficiency. So this is a CB. That is a CB. That is our CB. So I'm expecting the market to dive into that CB. The market should be able to dive into that CB. Or yes, should be able to dive into the CB. Then we see what next, what the market have next in stock. So depends on the reaction of that level, but I'm still pretty sure that the markets will found a kind of either a support or a resistance around that CB. So if it's found a support, then we'll be going back into our long-term expectation, which is 106,000. But if it's found a resistance around the CB, I'm going back to 103,500 and 103,000. So that'll be that on our bellwether, which is our dollar index. Then a quick one on Euro USD. On our Euro USD, last week I was expecting the market to find a retracement around 1.08500. Yes, I was expecting 1.08500 to serve as a kind of support to find support around 1.08500. And okay, let me mark it out so that it won't look as if it's been cherry picked. And I was interested in 1.09500, which happens to be this. This was 1.09500. So now the eye of this candle here, this candle comes in at, the eye of that candle comes in at 1.09480. Is that a coincidence? No. That is not a coincidence. So, to cut the long story short, the market has a footprint. So, as long as you know the footprint of the market, you are good to go. So, the coming week, okay, I said I was expecting a retracement as low as 1.08500. Let me mark it out and let's see the reaction of the market in that area. No, let me clone. Let me clone this. I'm only trying to, because to get the coordinates right. 108,500. Where does it fall? So you can see 108,500 should serve as a what? As a support, which happens to be this level. $108,500. So I'm expecting this to be revisited, and that happens to fall into a fair value gap here. There's a fair value gap as well. We have a fair value gap there, but in this case it is a BC. We have a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So the coming week I'll be interested in 1.08500 to be visited officially. It has served as a support, because the price was unable to bridge it to the downside. So I'm expecting 1.08500 to be visited, and 1.09,000 to serve as a resistance. 1.09,000 to serve. Okay, I need to, what is this? This is a BC, buy side imbalance. There's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So I'm expecting the sell side movement into that BC. So I'm expecting the movement, the sell side movement into this area. So when the market gets to 1.08500, and 1.08500 was able to hold the price, then we are going back to 1.09,000 again. But the moment 1.08500 gives way, we are going to 1.08,000. That is that for the coming week. So on Euro USD, that is not all we have on Euro USD. On GBP USD, I was interested in 1.3100. 1.31,000, sorry, 1.31,000, and 1.31,000 was unable to be delivered. It fell short of some pips, because the high of that candle, of this candle here, comes in as 1.30445. This candle here, the high of that candle comes in. The high of that candle comes in at what is it? So the high of that candle comes in at, oh no, that's not what I mean. The high of that candle comes in at 1.30445. 1.30445. So personally, I'll be interested in seeing the market dipping its hand into this BC as well. We have a BC here, around here. the low of this candle and the high of this candle. These are the two candles. The low of this candle here and the high of this candle. So we have a fair value gap around there. We have a fair value gap around there. So how do I decide? I decide when I see a reaction in this. Let's bring it out. So there's a BC around here as well. I have a BC here. I have a BC there, and I have what is it called? I have an order block here. This down close candle, that's sell candle, that is an order block. So here I'm expecting a reaction there. I'm expecting a reaction here. This is a BC. I'm expecting the market to revisit this buy side imbalance in order to give a proper sell side inefficiency to be delivered. So I'm interested in 1.29 thousand, then movement into 1.28500. So let's see the reaction into 1.29 thousand and 1.28500, which will fall into the consequence encroachment of this BC, this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. And if you could see a down movement into 1.28 thousand will be my last defense for me to decide if the market is really changing, if the GBP USD market is really changing into being bearish. So 1.28 thousand will be my last defense, because I'm still partially interested in this 1.31 thousand. That will decide if I found this BC acting as a support to the price, then I'll be going for 1.31 thousand. But the moment the BC gives way and it turns to a resistance, then I'll be taking it down into 1.28 thousand. It's as simple as that. So on Nasdaq, we've been bullish on Nasdaq for a while. So I was interested in 2100. I was interested in 2100, but 2100 was not delivered. 2100 was short of some pips, and then it started coming down. So 2100 was not delivered. I'm sure the moment 2100 was not delivered, the what is it called? The focus was shifted back to the analysis I made in the beginning of the month. So where I was expecting 20,000, that was the analysis I made on the 30th of June. On the 30th of June, yes. The analysis I made on the 30th of June, which I was expecting 20,000 to serve as a support, as a resistance. 20,000 here. I was expecting 20,000 to serve as a resistance. No, show it up. It's 20,000 here. 20,000 come up. So I was expecting 20,000 here to serve as a kind of resistance to the market. That was the analysis I made on the 30th of June. So then I was expecting 19,500 and 19,400 to be delivered respectively. So the moment I have seen that the market was not interested on the lower time frame, I have seen the market was not interested to deliver 2,100. So I shifted back into that analysis I made on the 30th of June, which I was expecting to come to fruition between July 1st to 5th of July. So presently the market is trading at 19,545 or thereabout. Meanwhile, I was interested in 19,500 and 19,400. So let me bring it out that way. 19,500 and 19,400. 19,500. The 19,500. Then 19,400. Let me clone this again. Then 19,400. That is where the market is trading presently. You can see pretty close. Let me bring it out. Let me enlarge it. That was a CB. That was a CB I was interested in. And the low of this candle comes in at, let's see if it's a kind of coincidence. The low of that candle comes at 19,496. 19,496. So it has left 19,500. So what I see in the market, when I was expecting 20,000 to serve as a resistance, has come to fruition. Does 20,000 serve as a resistance? Let's see this candle that forms on Thursday. That was when I shifted my my bias. The eye of that candle comes in at what? 20,000 on the dot. Will you call that a coincidence? 20,000 on the dot was expected to serve as a resistance, which happens, and 19,500 was expected to be visited, which the market stops as exactly 19,500, which happens to be the low of the next day's candle. The low of this candle, of the next day's candle, 19,496. Is that a coincidence? No. Where are we going next? I'm interested in 19,400. I think that will be the only level I'll be interested in on Nasdaq, because the market is going on retracement. The formation, this particular formation, I still assume is still a kind of reversal, a retracement. Sorry. So I'm not yet convinced that the stock market is going bearish. So For now, I'm interested in 19,400. If I see a movement that will go beyond that, I'll go for it. But I'm going for 19,400 and I'm expecting 20,000 to be revisited. 20,000 to be revisited the coming week. So then Nasdaq, that is Nasdaq. Then let's go for US 30, which is our Dow futures. Last week I was interested in 4,400. I was interested in 4,400 and 4,600. I was interested in 4,400 and 4,600. So I was able to bear a kind of retracement into 40,000. So I was expecting a movement of retracement into 40,000. That was what I have in mind the previous week. So 4,400 and 4,600 has been delivered, and we even have a movement into 41,000. We go that far, 41,000, 41,423. That was the high of this candle here. The high of that candle comes in at 41,423. So the coming week, what am I interested in? I'm not calling it lower. For now, I'm not calling it lower. But personally, I'll be interested in this share value gap here, because I think we are not yet ready to go bearish. The month of July, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Let me analyze this. I'm expecting the market to visit at least 40,000. So I'm going for 40,000 on Dow futures. I'm going for 40,000 retracement that far. But I'm still interested in the market revisiting 4,400. 4,400 and 4,400 should serve as a kind of support. 4,400 should not serve as a resistance, because if 4,400 serves as a resistance, I'm going for 39,500 straight off. If 4,400 serves as a resistance, I will go for 39,500 straight away. But if 4,400 serves as a support, then we are going back. We are resuming being bullish again. So let's go to our S&P 500. On S&P 500 last week, I was interested in 5,700 and 5,800 respectively. If I see such movements, 5,700 and 5,800. So on 5,700 was not visited. The market was unable to visit 5,700. So the market came back into 5,500. 5,500, which was expected to serve as a support on the analysis I made on the 7th of July. Every video remains on this channel. I've said it once and I'm saying it again. The worst will be I will call it wrong. and to be candid and to be fair with ourselves, how many have I called wrong? So there is no need for me to delete any video because it does not come to fruition. No, never. So it has been delivered. 5700 was not given, but 5500 was revisited. Personally, how I will translate this, I will look for 2 points. Is the market ready to drop further and give us 5400 and give us movement into 5450? If 5450 should serve as a support, I'm expecting the market to go as far as 5450. So the market should go as far as 5450, then revisit or go back into, if 5500 does not hold the price from coming down, I expect 5450 to hold the price. So if the market price was unable to be held around those area, then we are coming down. We are coming back. We are coming down to 5400. If 5500 and 5450 could not hold the price, but if either 5500 or 5450 holds the price, we are going back to 5600. Those are the 2 points I'll be watching. So if 5500, let me recap. If 5500 or 5450 holds the price, that is, it serves as a support to the price, we are going to 5600. But the moment either 5500 or 5450 serves as a resistance to the price, we are going down to 5400. That's all. Then on our gold. On gold, I've been interested in 2450. Yes, I was interested in 2450 and 2500. That was what I was interested in. But the market fell short. The price fell short of 20. Okay, let me even put it there. 2500. The analysis was not wrong, so there is no need for me to be afraid of inputting it. 2500 was not visited, but the eye of this candle comes in at, that was where it starts dropping back. The eye of that candle comes in at 2483. 2483. It fell short of some pips, but I was interested in 2450. I was interested in 2450 and 2500. Those are the two levels I was interested in. But the market price took 2450 and fell short of 2500. Is that a coincidence? No. The present level the market is in, 2400. So 2400. On 2400, if 2400, the present level of the market, if it serves as a support to the market, I'm still going back to that same 2500. 2450 and 2500. But if the market price gives way and it was able to find a resistance around around 2400, if it was able to find its way, turning 2400 to a resistance, then I will be interested in 23. Let me 2350. Yes, I'll be interested in 2350. 2350. So if the present level of the market, as in when the market opens tomorrow and 2400 gives way and it turns to a resistance, I'll be going for 2350. But if it serves as a support, I'll be going back to revisiting 2450 and 2500. I think at this junction I will be calling it a day. Those are my views. Everything in this video is for what? Educational purpose. Is for myself to make decision on. I make monetary decision, personal monetary decision on this analysis. So that does not mean you have to do the same, but I'm putting it out for educational purpose, for you to know how I interpret the market, how I view the market. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so I'm not expecting anybody to take me as one. So at this junction, I'll be saying thank you guys for coming this far with us. If you find this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to our family, and we hope to enlarge our knowledge about the market. And I implore every one of us, be safe and stay and trade responsibly. Don't gamble the forex market. The forex market does not give a shit of what you are doing. It needs knowledge. You need knowledge, and the knowledge you need is what I'm putting out. How to interpret the market on your own, independently. This is how I do mine. This is how I do mine personally. So once again, thank you for being part of the family, and thank you for coming this far. We really love you, and trade responsibly. Bye for now.